Jaipur Rugs is the story of an extraordinary founder who redefined the entire hand-woven carpet industry with a clear insurgent mission. It all starts with the weaver. Working from their own homes, the weaver creates beautiful carpets, knot by knot, month by month. In the 1970s, the founder, N.K. Chowdhury, started selling hand-knotted carpets, setting up 2 looms in his own home. The founder focused ruthlessly on one critical capability: creating and serving a community of weavers.
The first challenge is that all weavers were from the untouchable class. So all my family members, they try to stop me, but I can't see the difference, how they may be untouchable.
This differentiated Chowdhury from his competitors, usually independent and unreliable contractors, treating weavers more like a commodity.
सिर्फ कारपेट बढ़िया बनवाना था उनके दिमाग में, लेकिन लोगों से कैसे काम कराए, लोगों की जिंदगी में कैसे बदलाव ले, वो बिल्कुल नहीं दिया।
Over the next 30 years, the company grew from 2 to 7,000 looms spread across 700 locations.
Business was growing like the wildfire, but something is wrong. I have very little time to go to the villages as I was going before, because now I have to run a global business.
This is a pretty classic dilemma for founders. Do I spend my time professionalizing, adding new capabilities, or do I double down on my original insurgent mission? Chowdhury knew he had to do both, but his focus was to get back to the front line, get back to listening to the weavers.
So many solutions started coming from those frontline people.
They are not only weavers, they have wonderful qualities within them. Some of them are wonderful mobilizers, quality controllers, teachers.
So Chowdhury introduced a whole series of new initiatives to unlock the untapped potential of his weavers.
पढ़ाई बिना जीवन अधूरा है। अब बोलते हैं कि अब इतना पढ़ ली बहुत है, लेकिन पढ़ाई की कभी पूरी नहीं होती है। ये मैं खूब जानती हूँ। मैं खुद अब मैं जानने लग गई।
The renewed focus on weavers like Archana resulted in a huge number of new leaders emerging who could help Chowdhury with the insurgent mission. I mean, just listen to how excited Swati is about mentoring Archana.
She had confidence that I can do anything in the world. It is a very inspirational statement for me and challenge for me that how can I make her, how can I help her to grow with the organization.
And as Swati and other leaders began to listen to the weavers, they realized there were huge new growth opportunities for Jaipur Rugs.
Some of them were creating carpet for 25 years, 30 years, but they never saw the final product. And from that, we initiated the Weavers Engagement Program.
They bring all the weavers together and they talk to them about how their carpets connect with the consumer. And this gives the weavers a tremendous sense that they're part of something bigger than just the months they spend with a single carpet.
तो हम देखे ना वहाँ पे मतलब आपको भाई साहब जी को भाभी जी को तो आके में बहुत खुशी हुई है हमें वहाँ पे जाके जयपुर हेड ऑफिस पे
कंपनी को धंधो चलतो रहे और हमार गुजारो चलतो होतो रहे.
So we really encourage them to see that we are part of a big family.
And I found within a few months, people are more positive, more connected, and there was a big change.
As Chowdhury began reading Bain's research and blogs on founder mentality, the one thing that became incredibly clear was that this recommitment to the insurgency could lead to the next wave of growth and innovation.
When I started reading those blogs, it was like a magic.
Great example of this type of innovation is that Jaipur Rugs is now having the weavers design many of their own carpets.
नहीं आइडिया तो कोई अपना दिमाग से ही आइडिया घूम से अपना आप तो दिमाग अपना आप ही काम करते समय में घूम गया भाई ऐसे ही चला वो तो तिरछा होकर देखे तो एक घूमती पत्ती दिखेंगी ऐसे ऐसे चलती.
The designs created reflect the weaver's surrounding. Through the rug, the customer has an insight into the weaver's life.
This whole decision to have the weavers design their own carpets has resulted in major design awards. Let's just look at the story behind the Differences carpet.
The Antar rug, which means differences, was designed by 3 artisans and they were not exactly getting along with each other. So the pattern you see on the bottom of the rug is not very aligned. As they became more friendly, the pattern on top of the rug is much more harmonious.
The success of these weaver-designed carpets has led to an explosion of creativity and innovation. In fact, designers from the West are now coming to Rajasthan to get inspired directly by these weavers.
That was incredible to see the actual looms in place. Amazing, the sheer artistry and mastery of the craft.
The knotting process is astounding, but it also freed me into thinking anything is possible with making these rugs.
How we can translate our art pieces and our ideas into a rug that's loomed knot by knot.
It's going to be art that you can walk on.
Jaipur Rugs makes the customer experience exceptional. When you buy the Weaver's collection, you get an incredible amount of information about where the rugs came from, about the yarn spinners, and the weavers who made it. In a recent initiative, yarn spinners and weavers have created postcards to be included in these information packs. And now consumers are starting to write postcards back. In business circles, we talk an awful lot about consumer dialogue. Jaipur Rugs is a great case study of a real circle of communication between weaver and consumer and back to weaver. As Chodri talks about his insurgent mission, he often says, "We don't sell carpets, we sell a family's blessing." And this was all about his dream to connect the weavers directly to the customer. This is probably best symbolized by a loom that sits in their head office. Every yarn spinner, every weaver, every customer who comes there stitches a little bit on the loom. And the final carpet, which will take years to make, will be a symbol of how the artisans and the customers are linked and woven together. Jaipur Rugs is founder mentality in action. I mean, it's a pretty simple parable. Define your insurgency, focus on a few critical capabilities, connect your front line directly to your customers, and start a conversation, and then have faith that growth and innovation will follow.